Imagine finding out that your 5-year-old daughter's smiling face is being used as a profile picture to promote explicit adult content online. Not buried somewhere private, not hidden away, plastered across public Facebook groups, attached to promotions for OnlyFans material, visible to anyone scrolling through their feed, including people you would never ever want looking at your child. That is the nightmare one mother in Michigan found herself living, and what she did about it might surprise you. Welcome back. Today we are diving into a case that sits right at the intersection of child safety, parental rights, and the very real legal gray areas that exist around social media and adult content. This one is going to make you think twice about what protections actually exist for children in the digital age, and what happens when those protections fall short. So let us set the scene here, because the details matter enormously. A mother shares custody of her 5-year-old daughter with her ex-boyfriend. He has primary custody, meaning the little girl spends most of her time at his home. His girlfriend has an OnlyFans account, which, as the mother herself acknowledges, is not inherently the issue. People make their living in all kinds of ways, and the mother was clear that she does not have a moral objection to that type of content existing in the world. Here's where it becomes a serious problem. The girlfriend is actively going into Facebook groups to market and promote her adult content. And what is her profile picture while she is doing this? A photo of herself with the daughter and her own 2 sons. Children, a 5-year-old girl's face, front and center, being used as the promotional image while this woman solicits customers for explicit material. Let that sink in for a moment. Every person who sees those posts in those Facebook groups sees that little girl's face connected to adult content. Every stranger who clicks on that profile, every potential subscriber, every person with unknown intentions, they all see this child. And as the mother rightly pointed out, the wrong kinds of people absolutely do exist on the internet. And they absolutely do use images of children for purposes that are deeply, horrifyingly inappropriate. This mother turned to the internet for help, specifically asking whether she had any legal recourse. Could she sue? Could she force the girlfriend to remove the image? What could she actually do to protect her daughter? These are exactly the right questions to be asking, and the answers are more complicated than you might expect. Let us start with what the law actually says about using a child's image without parental consent. In Michigan, and in most states across the country, both parents generally have rights when it comes to decisions affecting their child, including decisions about how that child's image is used publicly. When one parent has primary custody, that does not automatically give their partner, their girlfriend, their roommate, or anyone else in that household the right to use the child's image for commercial purposes. And promoting an OnlyFans account is, without question, a commercial purpose. There is a legal concept called the right of publicity, which protects individuals, including children, from having their image used for commercial gain without consent. In Michigan, this protection exists and can be enforced. The key here is that the girlfriend did not obtain consent from the mother to use her daughter's image in this way. And frankly, it is highly doubtful the father gave explicit informed consent either, because most reasonable people would not agree to have their child's face attached to adult content promotion. Now, the mother's first avenue is not necessarily a lawsuit, though that option may exist. Her first and most urgent step should be to document everything: screenshots, dates, links, the names of the Facebook groups involved, all of it. This documentation becomes crucial for every other step she might take. Once she has documentation, she has several paths forward simultaneously. The first is Facebook itself. Meta's platform has explicit policies against using children's images in contexts connected to adult content or sexually suggestive material. Reporting these posts directly to Facebook, with detailed explanations of why the content violates their community standards, can result in the posts being removed and potentially the account being restricted or banned. This is not a guaranteed outcome, but it is a real tool. The second path is through the family court system. Because this situation directly affects a child who is subject to a custody order, the mother can go back to family court and request a modification to the custody agreement or parenting plan that explicitly prohibits either parent's partner from using the child's image for commercial purposes, especially purposes connected to adult content. Family court judges take child safety seriously, and a judge who hears that a 5-year-old's image is being used to market explicit content is going to have very strong feelings about that. The third path involves consulting with an attorney about a direct legal claim. Depending on how the image is being used and whether it can be shown to constitute commercial exploitation of the child's likeness, there may be grounds for a civil lawsuit. This is the more complex and expensive route, but it is not off the table. The fourth path, and one that many parents do not think about immediately, is contacting local law enforcement or child protective services. Now, some people might think that sounds extreme, but consider this. If a 5-year-old's image is being actively circulated in connection with adult content, and that image could end up in the hands of predators, that is a child safety issue. It is absolutely appropriate to make a report and let trained professionals assess whether any laws are being violated, including any laws related to child exploitation. Here's where the situation gets even more complicated from a legal standpoint. One of the turning points in cases like this is establishing what legal standard applies. Is this commercial exploitation of a child's image? Almost certainly yes. Is it illegal? That depends heavily on the specific facts, the exact way the image is being used, and how aggressively the law is enforced in the jurisdiction. What is clear is that the mother has parental rights that are being violated. She did not consent to her daughter's image being used this way. The girlfriend is not a legal guardian of this child and has no authority whatsoever to make decisions about how the child is presented to the public, especially not in a commercial context connected to adult material. The father's role here is also critical. If he is allowing this to happen, if he knows about it and has not demanded it stop, he is potentially exposing himself to serious legal consequences. A family court judge could view his failure to act as a failure to protect his child, which could absolutely impact his primary custody arrangement. If the mother brings this to court and it can be shown that the father was aware and did nothing, that is a significant problem for him. Let us talk about what the mother in this situation should actually do right now, in practical terms. Document everything first. Do not confront anyone. Do not give them the opportunity to delete evidence before you have captured it. Screenshot every post, every profile picture, every group these posts appear in. Save it all with timestamps. Then consult a family law attorney in Michigan as quickly as possible. Many attorneys offer free initial consultations, and this situation warrants professional legal guidance. An attorney can advise on whether to file an emergency motion in family court, whether a cease and desist letter to the girlfriend would be appropriate and effective, and whether a civil claim for unauthorized commercial use of the child's likeness has merit. Simultaneously, report the content to Facebook using their reporting tools, citing specifically that a minor's image is being used in connection with adult content promotion. Consider notifying local law enforcement, particularly if any of the content has reached people who might use the child's image inappropriately. And critically, communicate formally and in writing with the father, making clear that you are aware of the situation, that you did not consent, and that you expect it to stop immediately. This creates a paper trail showing he was informed. Here is the broader lesson that this case teaches all of us, and it is one worth taking seriously. In the digital age, a child's image is a form of identity. It is something that, once it is out there, can be incredibly difficult to control or reclaim. Parents need to think carefully about who has access to photos of their children and in what contexts those photos might be used. Custody agreements increasingly need to include specific language about social media use, about who can post images of the child, and about what commercial or promotional uses are absolutely prohibited. If your custody agreement does not have these provisions, talk to your attorney about adding them. It is no longer optional in a world where anyone with a phone can share an image globally in seconds. Child protection laws are evolving to catch up with social media realities, but they have not caught up completely. That means parents have to be proactive. They have to document, they have to communicate, and they have to be willing to use the legal system when someone else's choices put their child at risk. No adult's right to promote their business trumps a child's right to safety and dignity. Full stop. If something like this has happened to you, if your child's image is being used without your consent, especially in connection with adult content or commercial promotion, please do not wait. Document it. Find a family law attorney in your area and take action. You have rights, and your child has rights, and the legal system, while imperfect, does provide tools to fight back. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel because we cover real legal situations that affect real people every single day. Share this video with any parent who needs to hear it, because the more people understand these rights, the better protected our children will be.